What's up, Vanda crew? We're sailing around the world in a Hinckley Bermuda 40, so you're gonna want to be subscribed. What's up, guys? So we are not at the boatyard today. Lately, we've been working on painting the deck. So we got the deck primed and painted, and it's looking great. We did 2 coats of primer and a single coat on the top side. We're going to be going back and doing a second coat of top side soon. But while we let the paint dry, we're going to work on a few things at home. So I have a few winches here, as well as pedestals that they're on. I want to get these winches taken off the pedestals so I can get them sandblasted. I'm going to get all these sandblasted and then mount them back on the boat. I think in the beginning stages, I'm only going to mount these 2 forward winch pedestals and only put the 2 winches. Again, when I put my boat back together, I want it to be very simplistic. I'm going to be using it all the time, so I don't think I need all these winches, but I might consider putting these 2 aft ones on as well. I will probably keep the winches and possibly repurpose them at least. When I get these sandblasted, I'm also going to get a few parts from my mast sandblasted as well. So here I have mast boot, or part of the mast boot. This is going to be the piece that goes on top of the deck, and the mast will slip into this. So this needs to be installed before we put the mast in. Otherwise, we'll have no way to attach this. I want to get this sandblasted, possibly powder coated. This is going to be the cap for our mast. One of our halyard lines is going to go through here. This is going to be for the jib sheet halyard. However, it's weird because my forestay connects right here in this pin. Right here. So the halyard line goes above it. I don't know if we're going to be using this one. Might have to. I'll at least attach the halyard. I don't know if I'll ever be able to use it because of the way it's set up. It's an interesting, kind of weird setup that it's like that. At the time of recording this, I wasn't sure if I was going to get a jib furler or not. I did end up getting a Harken Mark IV Unit 1 Ocean jib furling system for my sailboat, so I actually will be using this opening for a line that comes out of the masthead cap. This is going to be where our backstay adjusts, as well as our boom stay, I believe it is. The cable that holds the boom up. So we're going to get this sandblasted. This is going to be our mainsail sheave. We're going to get this sandblasted. This is another halyard sheave. We're going to get this one sandblasted. And then another halyard sheave. We'll get this sandblasted. I want to get all these sandblasted, as well as get my halyards. I'm going to try and get 4 halyards this weekend. I'm going to get a mainsail halyard, a jib sail halyard, and then 2 auxiliary halyards that I can use for something else. And for the most part, they're just going to be lines. The mainsail halyard is going to be a line that splices into cable. For it to fit in this sheave, it's going to have to be cable because of the way this is designed. I'm also going to get these sandblasted. These are throttle components. This is the shifter, so this puts me from neutral, forward, and reverse. And then this is just a deck plate. Probably going to paint this. I'll probably paint the winch pedestals as well. And I have my throttle, but I'm not going to get this sandblasted. This is fine. This is going to be a chain plate reinforcement. I'm going to use this to reinforce my chain plates. So before I can take these pedestals to get them sandblasted, I need to get this winch off. I already took this winch off. I wanted to kind of do a video on taking this winch apart because I looked it up on YouTube and I couldn't find anything about taking winches apart. So I'm going to bring you guys up close and show you this winch. I also ordered some navigation lights as well as an anchor light for my boat. I got these off Amazon. They're LED and supposedly 316 stainless, so I was pretty happy about that. I'll go through each thing and show you guys so you can take a look. So this is going to be my anchor light, 3 nautical miles. I'm going to put this on top of the mast. $15 for this one. It's just plastic, nothing crazy. USCG approved, it's LED. The next one is going to be my stern light. I got this on Amazon. I think this is chrome and something else. I don't know. It's highly corrosion resistant. I believe this is plastic as well. This is 2 nautical miles. This was 20 bucks. Pretty awesome LED as well. And I got some port and starboard red and green lights. These are also LED, 2 nautical mile. These are supposedly 316 stainless steel, the shell, the housing that holds them. This is 20 bucks for the pair. I'd be surprised, but they are. That's really cool. All of these lights, except for the anchor light, are in a pretty easy spot where I can swap them out if I need to. So I figured I'd buy something cheap first, see how it works. And if it doesn't work, then we'll get something more expensive later down the line. But I think these should work pretty well for a decent amount of time, at least a few years, I hope. So yeah, Amazon. I was wrong. They didn't work at all. I bought the wrong lights. They're facing the wrong direction. They face forward instead of outward, so I'm gonna have to get different ones. Oops. Oh well. Glad I only spent 10 bucks on them. So this winch is pretty locked up. quite a bit of force to turn it. So while I'm taking it apart, I'm also going to service it a bit. In taking these winches apart, it's actually a lot easier than you think. I'm just going to unscrew this cap part first. That comes right off like that. Next, we're going to take the self-tailing mechanism as well as the whole spool out. And you'll see these just fit right together. This is one of the bearings. We're going to put this back up here. That's where that goes. This is the self-tailing mechanism. You can see the gears, how it locks in, holds it in place. This also allows you to set the self-tailing at any angle you want. So if you install your winch and you want this to be over here or over here, you can pop it up a bit and turn it wherever you want. It locks on top of this part. This keeps it in place. So yeah, really just 3 pieces over here holding this all together. And then you can see the bolts on the bottom. These are the bolts that are holding the actual winch to the pedestal, so that's what we're going to loosen. I'm going to spray this whole thing down with some PB Blaster and break it all apart and loosen it up. And then I don't have any right now, but I'll probably get some winch gear grease and put gear grease in here and grease it all together. So first, let's spray this down. While the PB Blaster is kind of soaking in there and degreasing, I'm going to crank on it with the winch to kind of really get it in those gears and get it moving, see if it breaks anything apart, as well as clean up anything with this wire brush. If I had gear grease, I would want to be putting it on these bearings. That's kind of what all this purple stuff is old gear grease, probably decades old. You can already tell these are so much more smoother now. Oh yeah, the gears move so much better now. Let's try putting it back together and see how it functions. First, we have to slide over the self-tailing mechanism before we can drop this into place. Oh yeah, it actually moves now. So much better. And that's how you disassemble and service your winches. Before you guys roast me in the comments, I will be taking the spool off and putting gear lube on all the bearings when I put these back on the boat, but for now they're going to be sitting for a while. Pretty simple, but if you didn't know before, now you know. Oh, and that's so much better. Before I finish up here today, I'm going to completely remove the winch from the winch pedestal. That way I can take the pedestal to go get sandblasted. Guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. It really means a lot. I'm getting real close. I'm excited to sail around the world. If you haven't already, check out my website, vandacrew.com. I've got a bunch of shirts that I made for sale. $15 donation. You can get a cool Vanda Crew shirt and help support the channel. Here's our winch base with all the gears. This is a 2-speed winch. And here's our winch pedestal. Before we finish up here, we're just gonna quickly reassemble this winch. That way I don't have a bunch of winch parts laying around. Thanks again for watching, guys. Until next time.